Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate. In the last episode, Itaru Hashida, aka Daru, aka Hack, or Super Hacker, managed to obtain the ID of a accelerated division chief of none other than SERN, and was able to gain access to a series of emails, mostly related to the Large Hadron Collider, which they noticed contradicted some of CERN's official reports on the matter, namely that the LHC was being started in 2009, when an email clearly stated that the LHC had actually been in operation since 2001. A rather ominous discrepancy, but to make things a little bit more darker, Rintaro and Daru have stumbled upon a rather ominous sounding email report related to something known as the Z program. Apparently, not only have CERN been in the business of manufacturing microscopic Kerr black holes, but there is a rather ominous report regarding an experiment, the crux of which are the ominous words "error, human is dead, mismatch," and a notification at the bottom of the report referring to something known as Jellyman's report. We could be in more trouble than we realize. Maybe we are in too deep. But we've already crossed that threshold. The Rubicon and the Gauntlet have been thrown, as has caution, scattered to the four corners of existence. So what if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not. After all, I am the insane mad scientist, Ho-Ween Kiyoma. I laugh in the face of danger. True, we can't stop now, even if we want to. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Didn't you say you were dedicated to evil and chaos? Just moments ago. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart. Probably have good reason to be nervous. Daru starts typing once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue. Apparently, Jack doesn't have Jellyman's report.
ジャックさんのメールには見当たらないな。誰かもっと偉い人かサーバー管理者のパスを手に入れないと。
We came so close and yet so far.
ではそれは後回しだ。
But it's a start.
タイムマシンについて探してくれ。
There probably isn't anything else related to Z programs, and Daru seems to share the same sentiment. It's probably as far as we're going to be going to get to at this point. He doesn't find anything else about time machines or time experiments.
加速器技術委員会とか LHC 計画責任者とかって単語が出てきたから、その辺の ID を見当をつけて探すかな。そっちからならもっと突っ込んだ情報が手に入るかもしれんわな。
Yeah, we'll definitely need access to a system that can actually get us information on Jellyman's report.
ジャックさんの ID では調べられないのか。
Daru shakes his head.
では、今日のところはこれまでか。
Indeed we shall. We fought nobly.
ちなみにさ、今見てたのがセルンの一番でかいサーバーなんだけど、実はもう一個妙なデータベースがあったんだよね。
Apparently there's a hidden database on the CERN network.
妙というと
バグってた。
バグ？
You mean it was full of bugs? Or just corrupted?
いや、バグっつうか、一応プログラムのコードらしきものは出てくるんだけど、もう意味不すぎてむちゃくちゃっつうか、全くもって解読不能です。本当にありがとうございましたっつうか。
暗号化されている可能性は？
That wouldn't be past the pale.
あれは暗号には見えないのだぜ。そもそもプログラムとして成立してないんだよね。ただそんな誰にも見られないようなデータベースがなんで置いてあんのかは気になる。
Then again, if we reverse that question, we might have our answer. We shouldn't really be asking ourselves, why would they have a database that nobody could ever use? If we take away the why, then we have our answer. If nobody can use the database, then it actually makes sense that whatever the algorithm that they're using is probably the most ingenious security protocol that they've come up with.
気になるな。
ちょっと解析してみるを。
Hooray for Phoenix Wright turnabouts. Daru tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after about an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually he just slams the keyboard out of frustration.
ああ、わからん。全然わからん。こんなん絶対プログラムじゃねえよ、ボケ。死ねカスがウェッケー。
I believe that Daru has reached the extent of his limits, and he has snapped as a result.
もうやめた方がいいよ。
Yeah, I think Daru was at the end of his tether myself. Mayuri puts down her sewing tools and turns to Daru with a worried look on her face.
頭もよく回らんし、もう無理。
I think he's basically running on fumes at this point. To say that he's been burning the midnight oil is an understatement at this point. Been up for 2 days straight, probably at his limits.
ご苦労だった。もう休め、ダル。
We got as far as we did.
うわ、
That should be enough for
そう
now.
するわ。
Time for you to recharge your batteries, Sir Daru.
つうかさ、もしこれがバグじゃなくてガチでプログラムだとしても、作ったやつにしかわからんよ。
And there is the code in question. There's a bunch of numbers and letters in a strange paired pattern. And there's another code next to it that appears to be in Japanese.
こんなん見たことないし。
Something just clicked in my head. A program unlike anything we've ever seen. But there are two possibilities. Either this is some kind of newly invented security program that no one has ever heard of, or if I'm remembering from the Ghost in the Shell movie, not that this is connected to Ghost in the Shell in any way, shape or form apart from the occasional inverse references. Perhaps this isn't a new code at all. My logic tells me that this is probably an older code that no modern user could possibly be aware of. I wonder. At that moment, music bursts from my pocket, and this looks like it's important. Indeed it is. It's from John Titor himself. If everything you wrote is true, then we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBM 5100's hidden functionality, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I'm indeed surprised that you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. There are three possible explanations. First, the John Titor who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you would have told me about. But that would cause a chicken and the egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional or making stuff up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set this aside. Third, you may have seen something that I wrote on a different world line. That may mean that 10 years ago you existed on a different world line than the one we're on now. However, that raises another issue. When the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. This was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to which obtain memories of a previous world line. Unless you too are a time traveler, that is. Could you have any idea what the cause could be? And I believe I accidentally skipped something there. A flash runs through my head like an electric shock. And now we're scrolling back up to the top of the email again. There are quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first few lines.
そうか今点が線でつながろうとしているぞ
And it appears that Rintaro has finally begun to piece the dots together.
何の話？
And now Mayuri is curious to see what we're up to. But I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces in my mind.
ジョン・タイターセルタイムマシン
Yes, indeed, we know this. They're all connected. Give yourself a gold star. But now we have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance.
ダルよもしかするとそのプログラムの正体判明するかもしれんぞ
It appears that Rintaro has actually come to the same conclusion that I have.
え、マジで？どうやって？
Specifically regarding a certain retro phantom PC. And why the IBN 5100 is actually being sought after. So this could actually be none other than IBN's very own proprietary code, which would make anyone who had an IBN 5100 able to read this network, which would be the main security hole in this database, because there is no other way of decoding this code. And so Daru is actually being clever and taking a photo of this for future reference and sending it to John Titor. It's
俺のひらめき
IBN's
が正しければ
proprietary code.
ジョン・タイターが知っている
はあ？それはないわ。
なんとでも言うがいい答えはすぐに出る
Of course, John Titor should confirm this soon enough, as soon as he gets the email. It's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. And lo and behold, we got a reply from John Titor. Yes, it is. It's written in a proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBM 5100.
やはりな
That's a good question, but we currently have a problem. We don't know how to find an IBM 5100, and even if there appears to be one as rumored in the urban legend, we still have no idea where it is.
やはりって？
So in other words, without an IBM 5100, we cannot decipher CERN's database.
ダルよ俺の予想は正しかった
So we're basically one step forward, two steps back.
判明したぞそのプログラムの正体が
IBN5100？
And that, in contrast to Moeka's rather grainy monochrome photograph of this is what the IBN 5100 actually looks like. There's the switch, there's a bunch of keys, there's a rather minuscule looking screen there, which is typical of computers of the time, a few switches here and there, and a cassette tape reader of some kind. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to market, nobody knew of the IBM 5100's uncanny ability to read IBM's proprietary programming language, save for a few engineers. That function was first brought to light by the John Titor of 2000, as in our John Titor. A while after Titor posted about it, an actual IBM engineer admitted to the hidden function's existence. Which reminds me, we learned about this from Suzuha. Curious coincidence? Perhaps not.
APL やベーシックが普及する前に書かれた IBM の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
It's a curious happenstance that a person who just arrived to work part-time at a CRT workshop would know about that.
今や IBM5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログラミング言語があったりするんだよ。
Which would, as I just pointed out, would make it a almost impenetrable security defense. An incredible coincidence indeed. Unfortunately, we still actually need to get our hands on a physical one. Prime example of synchronicity at work. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings.
いいな、断じていいなだ。我らにとってこの発見はまさに必然。これこそがシュタインズゲートの選択だということだ。
Apparently, the discovery of the IBN and the proprietary code is also the choice of Steins Gate, according to
つ
Rintaro.
まりセルンは IBN5100 を使ってこのデータベースを構築したって？互換性のないマシンを使って？なんでそんなわけわからんことを？
Well, as I just mentioned, that Daru hasn't put it together yet. A database that is not compatible with any modern software means that anyone with modern technology cannot possibly hope to break into it, which makes it the perfect defense.
外部からのクラッキングに対する最高のセキュリティ方法は何だ？
But of course, Rintaro and Daru are about to learn this out for
そりゃ
themselves.
スタンドアローンだろ。
Now Daru finally gets it. He finally realizes
IBN5100 でしか解読できないなら、それは疑似的なスタンドアローンってわけか。
basically it's the perfect mode.
ゆえにそこに眠るのはセルンにとって最重要の機密だということだ。
つか、オーカリンはなんでその隠された機能のこと知ってるん？ソースは？
Ah, that's right. Daru has absolutely no recollection whatsoever of the John Titor from 2000.
俺の頭の中に眠る膨大なインデックスに記述されている。どうでも言っておこう。
Interesting Latin there, but I'm pretty sure you're making that up. And of course, Daru wouldn't believe me even if I told him the truth about
パ
Titor.
クリ設定オツ。
I ignore Daru's retort.
マユリ、大事な話があるから集まれ。
It's time to assemble the Justice League. I mean the Future Gadget
こ
Laboratory.
こからでも聞こえるよ。
Pretty sure you can. Mayuri's so she doesn't get off the sofa.
聞こえるとか聞こえないとかの問題ではないのだ。これは我ら未来ガジェット研究所にとって、いや人類の未来にとって運命を左右する会議なのだよ。
As over-exaggerated as that may be,
だ
that
から
could
もっ
very
と
well
こ
be the
う秘
truth.
密めいた感じというか企んでいる感じを出したい。
Although I should once again point out that Suzuha mentioned the fact that people outside the can hear you from the window. I think you were being a bit loud there, Rintaro. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mayuri's fault.
マユシーは悪巧みには参加しません。
And Mayuri keeps true to her moral character. Well, I can't have everything my way.
二人とも聞け。 これより未来ガジェット研究所は緊急極秘作戦を発動させる。これは世界を影から操る巨大な闇との戦いの第一歩となるだろう。敵はセルン、世界的な研究機関でありながら邪悪な研究に見られた連中である。
So apparently the Future Gadget Laboratory is now waging war against CERN, a much larger science institution.
オカリン声でけえ。徹夜明けにはきついっす。
Also somebody outside might, hear you. And now he finally gives a clue. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. Not when you're screaming at the top of your lungs, it doesn't. And the window's open. If Suzuha is down below, I'm sure she can hear everything. Probably should have thought of that before. So I turned it down a notch.
いいか、世界にマッドサイエンティストは2人いらん。奴らに先んじられる前に我らが出し抜いてやるのだ。
So Rintaro intends to have Ho and Kiyoma go head to head with CERN.
奴らって
This couldn't possibly end well.
奴らは奴らだ。
マユシーは全然わかんないよ。
And Mayushi is as still in the dark as ever.
この秋葉のどこかにあるという幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 を手に入れる。
So the only way forward is to find the retro Phantom PC, the IBN 5100. But we have no clue as to its whereabouts whatsoever. I make a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes and Mayuri returns to her needlework. Denied. Is there anything you guys react to? Not really. I've uncovered a massive conspiracy here. Probably uncover even more of one when we can actually crack the database. How come you aren't excited?
僕探すのはパス。マジで寝させてよ。それとセルンの中をもっと探りたい件について。
I think Daru is already past the burnt out stage.
そうだったな。まあそれができるのはダルだけなのだからそっちは任せる。
Maybe Daru can find another few nuggets or two on the current server.
では IBN5100 の捜索は俺とマユリで。
無理だよ。
And Mayuri just denied Rintaro. Mayuri makes an
コス
apologetic
作り
face.
もあるし、バイトもあるもん。
So it looks like it's just Rintaro at this point. Rintaro, you're on your own. You're the only one who can find the IBN 5100.
この件は俺が何とかする。そうと決まった以上俺のやり方に口出しは無用だ。分かったな。
また何か悪いことしようとしてる？
And Mayuri is understandably concerned.
いや、口だけじゃね。
And Daru is the complete opposite. I leave my useless comrades behind and stride gallantly out of the lab. Step outside onto the street. And with that momentary pause, I believe it's a good time to end the episode there. When we return, adventurers, we shall begin our hunt for the Phantom Retro PC, the IBN 5100, necessary to crack CERN's proprietary coded database. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.